Okay, am I live? Let's see. Um, okay, hold on. Uh, okay, can you guys see the stream? I don't know if it's working or not. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, chat? Can you hear me? Uh, okay, you can hear me. Great, great, great. Okay. Hello, just I'm so sorry for the delay. I went swimming and then so my tablet's been doing this weird thing where every so often it turns this pen sensitivity off, like the pen pressure. So I was trying to solve that. Um but I think I finally fixed it. So that is great news. Let me just pop out the chat here. Okay, I can see your questions. Cool. Let me send this link in the server in my Discord so people can see that I'm live. And I'll also tweet about it real quick. Oh my god, 168 people. Holy crap. Hey guys. Okay, let me add everyone on my server. I'll send a link to the server in the chat in case people want to join. Let's send this here. Discord. This is the old Discord server if you want to join and talk about old. Okay, let me also tweet the stream link on my Twitter, and then we'll get started. How does that sound, guys? How does that... Oh, I started playing Old 10 on my computer. Oops. Switch account. Okay, tweet up, and I'm gonna keep drawing this poster. Yeah, so a circle is balls. Yeah, so I mean, a quick story about this poster is that I started making this like when Old 11 came out, and then I never finished it. So I think I'm just going to. I'm like, if this will give me a reason to work on it, then I will just do that. And yeah, I guess I'll just work on this. Okay, well, I don't know why my color picker isn't over here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look back and forth between this screen and the. Oh my god. Whoa! Oh my god! Holy crap! Harley with a $20 donation. Thank you so much for. Thank you so much. You didn't ask a question, but I'm glad you like Dollar and George. Thank you for the donation. That is so kind. I really appreciate that. There's another donation. Riverberry asks, "Who is my favorite and least favorite character?" I mean, I don't want to sound biased because I mean it is a viewer vote show, and like, I mean, I guess I can't really facilitate who gets in or who stays in and who gets out. So I guess I can be pretty open about who I like and who I don't like. My favorites, like I think how I'll answer this. I think who I think are the most underrated characters, and who I think. I mean, I think I love writing Pumpkin, and I love writing Teapot. And I think they both are pretty unpopular characters, which makes me sad. Because I think both are very funny, and I think more people should appreciate them for who they are. My least favorite, I think definitely Balloon and Skateboard. They had to go. It was their time to go. That is kind of why I wrote them out. I just didn't have any good ideas. I think like when you have a cast that's this big, I mean, I guess by modern object show standards, it's not that big, but for me, it feels kind of big. At least it did back in the day. There's some characters that you just don't feel super confident about or don't have as many ideas for, and that was definitely Balloon and Skateboard for me. They kind of were. They felt like filler to me. Um, and yeah, I just didn't have many ideas for them, so they had to go, and that's that. This isn't looking great so far, but I will keep chugging here on bucket. I also should fill in Sun's mouth. But yeah, with Sun, like I saw someone in the chat being like, "Oh, what happened to Sun?" But I mean, Suns in real life are kind of like this, right? Like they're kind of warmer in the middle. So I'm like, I think it'd be cool if I gave him that sort of look in this poster. If it's a different style anyway. But yeah, eventually I do want to sell this poster. It just I for some reason just did not work on it for so long, even though I think it looks pretty nice. But eventually it will release, so that's pretty cool. In a haze day, thank you for the $2. Drago plush sweep. I'm very excited for the Drago plush. If you guys don't know, Drago will be the next plushie that comes out. I've already kind of teased it, and it finally, like the final version has been made. And at this point, it's just waiting for them to produce it, I guess. And it'll be sold before Christmas, and it shouldn't be a pre-sale, so you guys should get it before Christmas if you order it. I included him on the plush poll, even though he isn't like, even though it's already being made, because like, I just wanted to see how popular he is as a character, and like if people would want to buy him, you know. I think like, but that won't if he won the poll, which I don't even think he did, it wouldn't like that wouldn't be the end of the poll. Like I'd just pick whoever got second in the poll. But yeah, the Drago plushie will be coming out, and he'll have his wings, so that'll be cool. His crap like paper mache wings. Cammy Doodle 271 asks, who's my favorite character from Teapot? I mean, I don't know why I answer this question, because I am like looking for old 15 questions, because I mean it is the new episode that I want to talk about. But my favorite character in Teapot is definitely Fanny. I think that I'm glad that she's in the final 10. It's kind of crazy. I've always loved Fanny. So I'm glad that she's still kicking. And yeah, I hope that she wins the show. That would be cool. I want her to win. Let's see. How many votes did Hot Sauce, Drago, and Acorn get in Old 15 because it never showed? I think I have that written somewhere. I think I gave it to someone to put on the wiki, but I don't know if they ever did. Let me get that info right now, and I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see. Because I definitely just forgot to put that in the episode. Oops. But that is okay. Let me send this right now. And I'll just put it on my screen so you guys can all see it. Here are the votes. So hopefully that answers that question. Okay. What's the challenge in Old 16, says Jason. Jason Ang 100. Okay, listen. I mean, there's some questions like that is a spoiler. If you have spoiler questions, I will not answer them. But I mean, Old 16 is already written. It's been written since before I started production on Old 15. This is a two-parter. So I mean, I know what happens in Old 16. If you guys have like a random question that's not really a spoiler, I could answer it. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil. I mean, it will have to do with zombies again. I think that's pretty obvious. That it will be zombies. But that is all I'll say. Get ready for some more zombie mayhem. What is Object Lockdown? Never watched it, says Tommy's Animations. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. Like, why are you even in this stream if you haven't seen my show? You should leave and go watch it. That was my answer to that question. I don't know how much I like buckets. I guess it makes sense for him to be like this. I hope there wasn't a donation question that I missed. No, there is. From Julie Jack's Mix donated 2.79 Canadian dollars. Thank you. Did Cherry murder Paint Palette and steal her skin? No, that did not happen. Another donation that I missed, Firepower Hedgehog Warrior donating, I don't know what currency that is, $2.99, I guess Australian dollars maybe? What happened to all players in Old 16? That's another question that is a spoiler. I will not answer it. Kitsunia again, 27th, asks, another donation. Thank you so much. Will there be a season 2 of Object Lockdown? It already kind of exists, Object Lockout. I will say, listen, I think I used to be way more happy with Olo than I am now. I do think, I mean, I'm not gonna say, I don't know what I want to say about this, but I do think that maybe I would revisit it in a way where after Old's over, maybe I'd re-release the episodes with some changes. I don't know. I mean, I feel like just I'm not super happy with how it is right now. I think it kind of lost a lot of the charm from the original show. So I mean, Olo does exist, but I'm not sure how I want to proceed with Olo in the future. And if I want to just keep it going as it is, or if I want to rewrite stuff. Oh, Johnny Mint 645 donates $5 and says, "Hey Woggle, it's so cool to see you voicing 5 in Teapot." Yes, I do voice 5 in Teapot. Could I say shout out gender fluid Bill in their voice? Okay, listen, I'm still new to the voice. Like I don't think I can just do 5's voice on a whim. Every time that I've had to record the voice so far, I've just been rewatching, like there's like some compilations about 5's voice that lines that 5 has had in the series, and I just kind of go off of that to try to sound as accurate to the original voice as possible. To where I don't even know if it would sound like 5 if I did something for you right now. But I guess I could try. Like, oh, it's just hard to do it on the spot, I guess. I guess like shout out gender fluid Bill. That sounds nothing like 5. Is the issue? I need to warm up to do 5's voice. I guess I'm still new to it, so maybe next stream I'll have it down. But it's hard right now. So thank you for the $1 donation, BlueTube. Thank you. Okay, let's see. So Summer fan, some random OSC fan asks, is Moon and Sun rejoined? Would they count as one contestant or two? So I didn't really elaborate on this too much, but they signed up as one contestant to try to get more votes. Is kind of how I saw it, but they do still hate each other. So it's kind of just like they were mutually just like, oh, let's try to work together to get back in. And then at some point, I think they would have just like clashed, and either like one of them would have quit or like something would have happened. I really did want them to rejoin. I was sad when they lost a vote, but I'm happy that Drago is here because he's just kind of a new character. Like he didn't really have much to do beforehand, so it's kind of just like a newbie is joining the season. Almost. It's kind of what it feels like to me. Gray Socks says, could I say hi Ruby in Paint Palette's voice? Hi Ruby! There you go. Hopefully that was good. See, that voice I know so well because I've done it for so long, but like 5, I still need some time to get it that easy to yeah. Sorry, I'm chewing on ice right now. Lapis VG asks, hi Woggle, I did the Paint Palette photography on Twitter. That was awesome. You want to do more photos of Paint Palette? I mean, I think like since she is so like she's such like a bright white plushie. I feel like how my because I've taken photography classes and things like that. I think just try to go around your town or wherever you are, and just try to find like walls or places that would like contrast her color as well as like a bright red or like something cool that would like a good contrasting color to Paint Palette. I think it would be cool. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this handles. This doesn't look right to me, but maybe it's fine. Let's see. What does? I guess it's way stringier on its actual asset than this. It's kind of like that. Yoink. Yeah, that already looks much better to me. Will Pumpkin ever win the most likes in elimination, says Mr. Noob? Probably not. It doesn't seem like many people like him. Which is a shame because I think he's really funny. So but I do not ever think he's going to get the most likes in elimination. Unfortunately. Poor bro. I like this. That looks nice, I think. Oh, it's a little off-center. Lion Block says, did Grassy lose interest in Barry when having a crush on Bottle and Olo too? I mean, okay, I think there's a lot of episodes between Old 15 and Olo 2. I don't want to say too much, but I do think that there's so much time in between those episodes, and I think there is time in between the two seasons where I mean, it does seem to be what happened. Now, I don't know how like if he is into Bottle like he was in that episode, it does seem to think that he isn't into Barry anymore. But you know, you never know. Maybe things are different than they appear. I think that looks nice. Let's see these other comments here. Jake Production says, "Is Yarn gay?" No, she's not gay. Unfortunately. Rainbow Bunny Body asks, why didn't the cast do a Revive It Now on Notebook when he died? I thought it was kind of dumb. Well, it's because he didn't die. That was kind of what I was going for there. Like, he is in a coma. He isn't dead. So they don't really have a way to get around being in a coma in the show. He's just, he is in like a vegetative state almost. Like, a Revive It Now would not save him. I think that's what's the most tragic about it. I guess in the old universe, dying is better than being in a coma. Because if you're in a coma, I mean, I guess they could kill him somehow and he can come back, but like, I don't know if anyone wanted to do that. Let's see. There's a good question that I think I missed. Where was it? This one about Circle plushie or something. Piggy Patch Third asks, is Circle gonna get plush like you said with switchable hats? Okay, I think if Circle wins the poll, I will definitely make him. I originally was gonna do Circle first before Paint Palette. Fun fact: Circle was the first one that I really wanted to do. But I think Paint Palette is a more popular character. She's like my mascot. and always will be my mascot, even if Cherry's the icon right now. She is my mascot. So I mean, I think it makes sense to do her first because I didn't know how well a plushie would do on my channel. And I mean, she sold pretty well. I mean, from what I know, I think there are over 300 paint palettes out there in the world. I'm pretty sure, based on what I know about the sales. So that's pretty cool. Or close to 300. Maybe it's more like 250. Yeah, I mean, a good amount of people bought her. So I think it was the right call. And I do think, yeah, I've been given the green light to make more plushies. So I think that is good. So what is Bucket's expression that I drew here? It's been so long since I drew the sketch. I mean, I was just like kind of smiley. There he is. I think that's cute. What do you guys think of this expression? Maybe I need to like skew it a bit like that. Yeah, I do like the style that I'm going for with this. Like, I think I like how the faces and the arms are like flat black, but everything else is pretty shaded. Zandy Grams asked another $2 donation. Thank you very much. Why did I private my old Nuzlocke? I mean, okay, I think I kind of forgot why exactly I did it, but I think like I mean if it, I don't like something being on the channel that like is not going to finish. Like, I mean, those old Nuzlocke, like, those are from years ago. Like, I never was going to finish them. So I kind of just like, I don't know if it needs to be here because it's unfinished. Although, if you guys think that if you want to rewatch them, then maybe I should put them back and just have a little disclaimer that says unfinished on it. Just depends if that's something that you would watch or not. I mean, I guess if I was asked about it, then people would want to watch it. So the person who's asking if there's gonna be a season 3, I have no idea. This season is taking so long as it is that probably not. Yeah, like I mean, I'm probably not gonna be done with the season until I'm like almost 30, so that's already rough. Like I kind of maybe like I don't know where my life's gonna be at that point. Like I will literally be unk. Okay, have I drawn a? It's just flat. Yeah, I guess it's just flat white. Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks nice. And then eventually I'll draw a saxophone. I cannot be bothered to do that right now. It's gonna take so long. Yeah, here's the rest of it so far. I think it's cute. I really like what I did with Cherry shading. I think Cherry's the last one I finished before I stopped working on this. I think Diamond looks great. I'm very happy with her on this. Let me shade Sun's mouth real quick, and I'll answer more questions. Make a folder for Bucket. Jake Production asks opinions on Whoop-Doo. I think that they are very cool. I mean, we're not super close or anything, but I think that I really think it's awesome that they got so much money for their show on Kickstarter. I think that is great. And I'm glad that object shows are thriving. And I think their show is very, very fun. Yeah. And I think they deserve all the support that they're getting. For sure. Let's shade this mouth. I don't know why I like didn't do the mouth. I gave up like 2 seconds before finishing Sun. Maybe I wanted to redraw it or something, but I think it looks fine. Hooray! I think I'm gonna move the face up a little bit though. Actually, maybe it's fine. But yeah, like I think it's a little like outdated now. But my original plan for this was like the people who are eliminated are down here, and then the people who are still in the game are up here. But obviously, like these two are here. But I think it's fine. I think I like that it's kind of just like a remnant of. This is the new, like the revival cast, and then this is the oldies who got out before the show came back. Someone says Grassy is so cute in the sketch. I guess I'll just draw. I'll do Grassy next. Cheesy Mayo asks, any tips for college? Donates $2. Okay. Now, this will be a story. Okay, I'm gonna tell a story. So, I try-harded so hard in college. Like listen, I went to every single class. I did every assignment. I spent a ton of time on everything, and that is kind of why my channel was so dead for so long, because I was putting my all into it. Not to sound like a try hard or anything, but it was something that like I really did care about, and I wanted to succeed. Because like I guess I mean it is a big part of your life. Like it could dictate your future. But I will say, like, to everyone in the chat, it depends on how you're getting to college. But if you are taking on like a bunch of loans to get into college, it might not be worth it for you. Is all I'm gonna say. And that's kind of a random thing, but student loan debt is real and it is very annoying. But in terms of like actually like surviving college, I would say try to cook whenever you can. That saves you a ton of money. Making meals. Also using your dining plan stuff well. Like there's sometimes I just didn't want to eat the dining hall food because it did kind of taste like it was like prison food a little bit. But you kind of just have to deal with it a little bit. I think just save money wherever you can. You know, it's always good advice. But yeah, I think that's the best advice I can give. And stay on top of all your assignments. Trollsy asks with another donation. Thank you so much for the donations. Oh my god! Out of the old eliminated contestants, which one do I wish lasted longer? Now it's gonna sound dumb because I kind of set her up in this episode to get out, but I do really wish that Snowboard was still in. I think of the eliminated contestants, she has the most potential. She's just a really fun character, and I feel like she's like such a big like anti-hero character where like I mean I think she can be mean, she can be nice, she's very smart. Obviously I think she's one of the smartest. Like if you gave all the contestants an IQ test, Acorn would get the best result and then Snowboard. I think, you know, they're probably the two smartest and then everyone else would fail the test. Yeah, I love Snowboard. Jenny Maniac asks, "Am I supportive of LGBTQ? Are you neutral about these things?" Well, I mean, I'm trans, so you probably think that I'm obviously supportive of LGBT. Yeah. There's another donation here. As weird as sounds for eyelash. Okay, Raymond YouTube 1 asks. Sorry, I didn't say your name. Thank you again for the donations. That is so kind. As weird as it sounds for eyelashes and non-binary old characters, does anyone improvise by having one side with an eyelash and the other side without it? I feel like, I mean, part of the reason why I got rid of the eyelashes in the first place is I'm like, I just didn't think it was. I feel like it kind of just made the characters look a little worse to me with the eyelashes. Paint Palette just is iconic with them, and I think Cone kind of makes sense to still have them, but I don't think if there's a non-binary character, I think it would depend on the character. I think there's some non-binary characters that would probably prefer to have eyelashes, and there's some that wouldn't. But I don't think I would go with a one eyelash approach because I think that would look weird. If that makes any sense. Kitsune asks, will Old 16 will be released with Object Invasion 9? Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm nowhere. I don't want to say too much about how Object Invasion these episodes were made, but I do not have another one ready. Absolutely not. This looks. I feel like he looks so fake with this shading. I mean, maybe it's not that bad. L4M Poi asks, does Circle still love Drago? Sure. I think he likes Drago. I mean, they're still on the same team. I think they're good friends. Jake Production asks, opinions on Payjay. I think it's a cool ship, but I do think that, unfortunately, I feel like Paper's character was kind of sidelined in order to facilitate the relationship. That's what it feels like to me. Like, I feel like Paper from season 1 is not the same Paper that is in the show right now. And I do think that Sagas Paper was one of my favorites. And I feel like his character was kind of put to the side. Do you guys like how this grassy looks right now? Or does the shading look a little weird? Oh. Jaybird, I answered that about like 10 minutes ago. Air DY or DIQ 3761. I mean, I don't even think it's evil Paper that is the problem. I just think the character is. I feel like Paper's way less funny than he used to be. Falky the Phalink Gamer asks, is the notion of lockdown still a thing in the show? If so, who's in lockdown and who's truly. This was kind of touched upon earlier in the revival, where like the lockdown was replaced by the lockdown punishments, kind of. So there still is a lockdown mechanic, but it's not the same thing. It just was too confusing to have characters that were kind of still there and then eliminated. Like I kind of see it as like the current stage of the game is like the team switching, kind of like a BFDI had the points stage of the game, and then like before then there was just kind of this regular eliminations. Like this is the second stage of the game, which is the team switching and no lockdown punishment or just like no lockdown mechanic. And I think by the time the merge hits, there will be no more lockdown punishments, because that's just for the second stage of the game. Jim Ballas, yes, there will be more of Acorn and Minute. I mean, they don't have a relationship. They have a close friendship, but are they in a relationship? Not yet. James like nature. Can I please say hi, James, in the character's voice?
Hi, James. What's going on? I'm Cone, and I think you're really cool.
Hopefully that was. Hopefully that's what you wanted. Mita, I appreciate your enthusiasm for Grassy, but can you please stop spamming the chat? Sadet Juoso, I do have a gold ingot plush. Annoying chorus is stop sign gay straight or something else. Please, I need to know so I can sleep in peace. I think stop sign can be whatever you want him to be. I do think maybe stop sign could be a gay Republican. Who knows? But he's that would be a funny head if he was a gay Republican. Maybe that should be canon. Someone asked, how did I get the role of 5 in Teapot? Now, I don't want to go too in-depth about how that whole system works because I don't know how much I can say. But the role was open and I sent an audition in. Yeah. Oh my god, Jenny Maniac just called me old in the chat. That might be the best donation I ever got in my life. I genuinely, bingo is a fun game. Prove me wrong. It's a fun game. I love that game. It's elite. I mean, it's not the best game in the world, but I do like it. So. Question. Oh, Sal's the Calico asks, is there a chance old 1 through 8 will get a remake? I think if I stumble upon a ton of money, or if old blows up at some point, I will do it. But at this point where I am basically doing this as a hobby, using my real life job money to fund it, it is pretty impossible to do that and my current show at the same time. But that is something I would like to do at some point, and I do think if I did do it, I would keep the scripts basically exactly the same. Maybe just removing some inside jokes that don't make sense. But I do think I would keep things pretty much the same. Ooh, I think it'd be fun if I let you guys pick who I draw next in this. Is that something you guys would want to choose? Let's see if overlay does anything cool. Ooh, that's cool. Wow, I like that actually. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. That was cool. I've already drawn Cherry. She's already over there. I like how Acorn's still blue in this. Now, there's some I do not want to draw, so I think I'll just put a poll when I'm done with Grassy, and I'll let you guys choose. And during that time, I'll just speed run a few questions. Or maybe if someone donates, I'll just choose them. If someone donates a ton of money, I will definitely draw whoever you want. But I don't want to make it pay to win. So, I guess we'll see what happens. Name all of the gays and old, someone says. Okay, who is definitely gay in the cast? Pain Palette is definitely gay. Banana is definitely gay. Pitcher, well, she is not in the season, but she's definitely gay. Who else is definitely gay? Okay. So I made like a sexuality chart like a while ago, but I do not really think it's entirely accurate anymore because there's different things I want to do with different characters. Who here is definitely gay? I think, yeah, Paint Palette's gay. Banana is definitely gay. I think I'm recently coming around on the idea that Pumpkin is gay. I think it kind of makes sense for his character. I don't know though. I mean, I think like, that's a tough one. Yarn is definitely not gay, and so these are the two straightest characters in the show. Who else can I see being gay? I think Locke could definitely be gay. I think Locke maybe is more gay than most of the contestants. She has like the butch lesbian energy. So I think she could definitely be gay. Bucket, I think, could go either way. I think Bucket is probably bi. I don't know who. I mean, I think those are the most gay. Locke is gay, but would never admit it. Yeah, maybe. Speaking of bi, I think Barry is bi. Like Barry definitely likes guys and girls. Okay, I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. Who am I drawing next? I'm gonna make a poll. If anyone wants to sway the poll with money, then you can. But maybe, maybe I should go down to the bottom and draw one of these guys. I think I will. Who should I draw next? I want to make it between Moon, Balloon, let's just do some of the least popular characters. This is your poll. Choose wisely. Okay, and I'll answer some questions while I wait to see who wins. BFEBR asks, do I have any tips about making your show better as a smaller creator? Okay, I think my biggest tip I can give is just make something. If you put something out there, like, I mean, look at my show. My show was very rough. It was not the best animated thing ever. You know, like it was rough. But it still got popular back in the day. And I think that it's, if you put something out there, people will watch and people want to work on it naturally. That will just happen. I also think just improve by making the episodes. Don't get stuck on trying to make the best thing ever and go off of there. Just make something and your show will get better over time. I think that's the best I can say. Tyler Lance says balloon for $2. You know what? Sure, I'll do balloon. Okay, I'll do balloon and then I'll do moon right after. I'll do both of them. Pull over. Thank you, Tyler Lance. Now the real question is, do I make these characters pop out of the border that I'm gonna have on the sides? I guess Drago kind of is, but I don't know what I want to do with that yet. Grassy. Poison Cube Production asks, who is the first old character I thought of? Okay, so here's a bit of a history lesson. Now, I might have started thinking of these characters before some of you were born, maybe. It was the summer of 2012. Okay. I just started watching BFDI. And this was like right around when I saw that people were making their own shows. This was, I would say, like mid-August 2012. And in that time, I was just sitting in my mom's car. We were on a long drive somewhere, and I was like, "Huh, I want to make a show, and I want some characters." The first one I ever thought of, I was literally looking around my mom's car. The first one I ever thought of was Envelope, who was not in the season. But after that, the second one was Umbrella. So, according to your question, the first ever Object Lockdown character created was Umbrella. And that was 14 years ago. But there's some others that I made during that time. Like, I think when I first made, like, this was back in the Super Object Battle days, the cast was kind of made in thirds. 1/3 was me. 1/3 was my friend. No, it was kind of more like a half was made by me. A third was made by my friend JP. And then my friend John also made a few. We kind of made them in lunch my first year of middle school. So let me see if I can remember who was made by who. Because I think a lot of like the fan favorites were made by my friend JP and not me. Let's see if I can figure it out. Yarn was me. Okay, let me. Okay, I'm gonna write this down just so if at some point I forget this, I can go back here and remember. This was me. I'm gonna see if it was me. Notebook was me. Milky was me. I think. Cherry was my friend JP. So was Pumpkin, I'm pretty sure. Banana was a random kid in my class who was like, it was who watching me draw stuff and then came up with Banana. These two were 2015. These were both me. Fire Extinguisher and Lock. I made both of them. Diamond was me. Circle was my friend JP. Bucket was one of the first ones. I think Bucket was right after Umbrella. So they're like the earliest made that's still competing is Bucket. I'm pretty sure. Sun and Moon were my friend JP. Umbrella was me. Yeah, obviously I already said that. Snowboard was me. No, Snowboard was... I don't know who Snowboard was. That was for a show that I canceled. Limey was JP. Skateboard was John. It was one of the few that John made. JP made Drago. That's most of JP's characters. Dollar was me. Stop Sign was me. Yeah, Stop Sign was me. Cone was me. Barry was a recommended. These two were recommended characters back in like 2012. These are the two recommended characters I took. Because people recommended them and then I used them. Bin, I think, was me. Eminem was JP. Grassy was me. Bottle was me. And I don't know if I remember the rest. I think Hot Sauce was me. Pumpkin might have been me. Okay, I don't remember, but that's most of that is probably accurate. The ones that were me, I remember were me. So, oh my god, $14. I guess that's Australian dollars. I think Paint Palette fan. Whoa, do I have any good art tips? Okay, I think just like, okay, this is gonna sound so generic. But practice, just practice, 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 practice. I think a lot of people are torn up about using Adobe Animate. I mean, look at what I'm doing here. I feel like I draw way better in this program, Photoshop, than I ever have in Animate. I think try different programs and see what you can do with them. I do think just drawing on paper is also really important to like learning the basics. Don't use AI. So don't use AI, it's not helpful. I think try to reach out to people who are also artists that can give you advice. I think that has helped me a lot. Yeah. I mean, hopefully that was good. I mean, the thing is, I don't see myself as a pretty great artist. I mean, that's maybe that sounds kind of crazy, but I'm more of a designer than an artist, like graphic designer. That's more of my thing. Like in my job, I do way more graphic design than art. Like the BFDI board game, that was designed by me. It's like most of the symbols and the graphics and like just the regular stuff was all me. And I think that it looks as polished as it is because I made it such a nicely unified system of pieces that just worked well together. I think that's what I just find the most satisfying in art is just design, which kind of goes hand in hand with art, but it is a little different. If that makes any sense. I like how everyone's saying don't use AI. It's true. It doesn't help. Like it just always looks bad. And there's so much more. Like I just feel so. It's so satisfying to make something yourself. Like it really is. I think I want to give this like a bit of a rosy undertone to the shine over here because it kind of looks flat. If that makes any sense right here. Something in between these two. Like kind of red. And kind of like that, just kind of sprinkled in there. I think I might bring things together a little more. Yeah, that already looks better to me. It looks a little. Yeah, I think I like this. Yeah, looks nice. Haku5387 says, "Will Bribey be the voice of Yarn and Olo, or will it still be Sammy?" It probably will still be Sammy. Jenny Maniac asks, "What? What if Sun was called Sun and he had a propeller hat and a large lollipop?" I think that'd be awesome. I think that's great. I think I should make that a reality. Okay, I'm almost done with the balloon. For all the moon people that were waiting, I appreciate you waiting. Soon it will be Moon's turn. I think I want to rotate her a little bit. I don't know why she's such a static, stoic angle. Here we go. Led show. I noticed ever since episode 7 on Object Invasion and you mixing episodes together, have you been posting on the same day? Yeah, I mean, okay. Listen. Old may never have come back if it wasn't for Object Invasion being brought back, because I live in the same area as Fusion, and I saw him bring back Invasion, and I was like, wait, that kind of makes me want to bring back Lockdown. And I mean, that's just what happened. So, we work on the shows together, and we are besties, and I think that whenever we can, like when we work at the same time and we try to get them out at the same time because we're just working on them at the same time. Yeah, and that's why we do it. I'll color in her mouth later. Will Soapy ever appear in Old, says Frymations? I don't know. That honestly is part of why I want to maybe revisit and rewrite some of Olo, because I do think that Soapy is no one's favorite character. I think that I did Soapy dirty with the writing so far, and I think that I want to go back and make them more of a character. Oh my god, 50 MX. I don't know what that equates to, but thank you. Oh my god. You've inspired so many people in the OC throughout the years. I'd like to ask, who is my inspiration for creating? I mean, I've already said, like, sorry, someone's messaging me about bias, the object camp that I'm competing in right now. I don't know if there's any bias watchers in the chat. I may be cooked in bias. Oh, whoa. Okay, I didn't realize that that he was in the chat. Do I have a token I can use? No, I do not have any tokens. Unfortunately, bro. Although, you know what? You're awesome. I'll give you mod. If that's better than a token, then here you go. My inspiration for creating. I mean, I've already said that Fusion is an inspiration, at least for this new era of Object Lockdown, for sure. I think that back in the day, I mean, I think one thing about me is that I've never been super into watching a bunch of cartoons. That may sound crazy. That's not really like, I have always been more into live action stuff. But I do think back in the day, Gravity Falls was like, when that show was coming out, I was like, oh my god, I want to make something like that. So I think Gravity Falls was an inspiration. For sure. That show was just so fun to watch, and there's like so much mystery about it. It made me want to create more, for sure. In terms of the object show community, I think the way that Brawl of the Objects ended, and like how that had such a fun, and like the way that the whole season just like ran is, I think that is just a great example. Like, I wish that show was more popular today, because I think it is great. It's a great show. Diamond, you are the GOAT, bro. You are the GOAT. If it makes you feel any better, Diamond, I think I'm safe. I should be good at this elimination. But I hope that you're also, I hope you're okay, man. Also, I couldn't even give you a token anyway. We're on separate teams. Orbster Cool Things asked, do you have to be a well-known object show creator to make an objectshow.com plush? Kind of. I mean, like, even when I've made my first plushie, I didn't know how well it would sell. Like, there needs to be some return on investment. Like, if you're a show that doesn't get too many views, it's hard to really say how many plushies you'll sell, and we're not really sure how that would equate to sales. So I do think there is a subscriber, or maybe not a subscriber limit, maybe like a popularity limit on who can make plushies, but I do think that is dwindling every single month. Like, it seems like more and more smaller shows are getting plushies. So I think that just keep doing what you're doing and you'll get one eventually, you know? Southern Eclipse 23 donates. Thank you again for the. Oh my god, the donations are crazy this stream. Do I plan on continuing Object Lockout? I've kind of talked about it a little bit. I want to finish Olo 5 because it's been halfway done for a while. But I am so focused on season 1 and on old that I don't want to go back to it right now. But we'll see. You know, I think it's something that I do want to revisit for sure at some point. Sorry, I'm getting very picky about this. I don't like how small the line thickness is for this mouth compared to some of the other characters. So I'm going to adjust it. There we go. Cool. Sorry, I don't want to. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm so tired. Shaytea Mitchell 6409 asks, in the description says there's a friend that was hidden and brain rotted. Who was the friend? Do you guys want to see where the friend is? It's been long enough. I'll show where the friend is. Okay, hold on. Let me actually pull up the episode first before I show you guys the friend. Do you want to see the reveal of who the friend is, or should I say who the friend is? I don't even know if I can find exactly where the friend is, because someone else hid it in the episode before I knew. When I uploaded it, I didn't even know it was there. I don't even know if I can find it. Oh, I see. Okay, I see it. Do you guys want to? Okay. So if you look really closely over here, it's Tung 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 Sucker over here in the window. Yep. And that's that. So I hope you guys like that little cameo of Triple T. I don't know how no one saw him until now. But you know, it came to be because someone, the animator that put it in, I think saw someone post about it in my stream, because someone was like, "We need Triple T in Object Lockdown." So then, it happened. Although it's not really in Object Lockdown; it's very just sort of off to the side. You can barely even tell it's there. Wait, why is Moon so much bigger than Sun? Oh, oops. I think after I finish Moon, I might have to go. I mean, it's gonna be kind of a short stream, unfortunately. I mean, I will be streaming again soon, so I plan to do more regular streams. So even if this ends a little abruptly, then I think it's okay. I don't know. We'll see. I might be convinced to stay longer. But you know, I've already made some good progress on this, so I'm happy. Neon Brain Cell asks, what do I animate on and is it free? It is it's not free. Adobe Animate. You have to it's a subscription. It's a subscription service, so I would like it is I really don't see myself using another software. Like it is very good for animating object shows, but I do think people have made great things with other software. So I think if it's something that you want to use, go for it, you know? But it is expensive, so just keep that in mind. I want to make Moon look cool. I don't know why actually I should not be doing the craters on the same layer as the that is very dumb. Katrina asks, what did Witch Hat do to the land in Old 15? You have to wait and find out. Bits of Tetanus ask, will there be a 30 plus character old season or no? Or more will more characters from the past come back? I mean, this already is close enough to a 30-person season. There's 29 contestants. This already it already kind of feels like a 30-person season. So my answer to that is I guess no, but also kind of. That's basically this season. But old characters coming back, it is a thing that I wanted to do for this series of episodes, like the zombies being a lot of the old characters that haven't had any time in the spotlight in like years. That's kind of part of why I did this twist with the zombies. It is kind of fan servicey, like it is very like, oh, if you were here back in the day or like just a long time fan, that's more of a thing for you. But I think that's the type of thing that like maybe I don't think that should be every single episode because there are also newer fans that won't be as into all the old characters coming back. So I think it's the sort of thing that like enjoy it while it's here in this two-parter, but don't expect it to be every episode or anything like that. Like it's definitely not going to be a common occurrence to have everyone around. Sorry, I'm getting texted about bias right now. Sorry, I'm getting a message about bias. I don't know if I said that, but oops. The strategy never ends. I don't know how I should do the craters on this. Something like this could work. Yeah, this could look nice, maybe. Hi, Mythic the Overlord. What's up? Vern769 asks, how many episodes will Old and Olo have in total? I'm expecting Old to have probably 30 episodes. I think around there, 30 makes sense to me. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. I don't know how well I feel about his career. I might redo Moon for this, to be honest. I have like Moon's a character that I really need like a reference to do right here. But I'll draw his face. Why not? I'll throw him in there. I'll give him a white face. Elmida asks, can I be the Grassy's 0.5 number 0.5 fan? Sure. PayPal fan, oh my god. Thank you again for another donation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that it's helping you. Bits of Tetanus, will I ever debut an older characters from previous seasons have a shot at joining? I honestly want to do more rejoins than a debut. Francis Brennan asks, what's my favorite old episode? Honestly, it's Old 13. I think Old 13 is the best one. But I also just find that episode really funny. Basically, like, I just had a... not an obsession, but I really loved watching terrible Netflix dating shows. And I just wanted to recreate something like that. So I just have a really big passion for that episode specifically. Like, I think that one's really funny. But I think the best overall episode is probably 15. I think the episode is... I think it seems like people like it a lot. It's the best performing episode in ages. So I'm glad that you guys like it. Makes me happy. Griffin Lee asked, when is Olu coming back? I have no idea. I've already answered the question about the remaster. I don't have the budget for it. So, yeah. Jake Production says, opinions of Crafted Pen. I have not seen their videos or anything like that, but I haven't met them in person. They're a nice person. That's all I really have to say. I mean, they seem nice in person. I just don't know much about them. Do you know what? I'm going to... who do I want to do right now? I'll draw one more character before I go. Let's draw Barry. You know, where are the Barry fans in the chat? Type a 1 if you're a Barry fan and a 2 if you hate her. I feel like Barry's a very fun character. She, like... I never would have thought that she would make it as far as she has in this season. Like, I kind of thought that, to me, before I brought the show back, she was one of those characters that I'm like, who really even is Barry? Like, what does she do? But I think the relationship with Grassy and where that is going to go, I think is going to make Barry a very fun character. And I already really like writing her, but I think she's a character to watch for sure. I think that she is going to have a lot of interesting things. Like, I think if there's two characters that I really want to focus on in the next few episodes to flesh them out a bit more, I would say Barry and Hot Sauce are those two characters. Because I think Hot Sauce without Yarn in the game is just an interesting dynamic. And I think that it really will bring him into his own. Like, unless he gets voted out at some point before I can really do anything with him, I think that he could be a really interesting character. And since he's not an Olo, I want to give him his shot. All I can. So it feels like for a while he's been sidelined for Yarn and her story, but now she's gone. So it'll be interesting to see how he changes. Kitsune again, 27th asks, what is my reaction for Pencil quitting T-Bot? I mean, I work for the show, so I knew it was going to happen. I'm sad, because I really like T-Bot. I really like Pencil. I'm sad that she quit, but I guess it makes sense for her character. I remember just being really happy when it was announced that she was going to rejoin. She doesn't seem as polished to me right now as the others, but I think I'll give it some more time after the stream and I'll make her look really nice. No, she looks cool. There's a lot of shading on her. Amazing Watermelon asks, when is Old 16 going to come out? It's going to be November or December of this year. So keep your eyes out for that. Testy S Colorful asks, I'm an owner of a Roblox gacha simulator. Do I allow old to be in the game? It's not like, I mean, it's a gacha. It's not like a paid thing, right? That's my only concern. Like, I don't want my fans to be like spending their money to try to get a character and then they waste all their money. I mean, I've played gacha games before, and I can see how they are predatory. That's my only concern. But if it isn't, then sure. Yeah, after I finish Barry, I will be leaving. So get your questions in. I think I'm gonna give her like a rounded stem like that. Yo-yo object things. I've already kind of answered that question earlier. Slow Turtle 11 fan. Overall thoughts on Supernormal Specialization? I think it's cool. I'm glad it's coming back. It's Aubrey OSC. I can't really answer that. Oh, Testy Color. I mean, that's perfect then. I mean, as long as people aren't spending their real life money to play, then I think it's cool. I think, I approve then. Put it in. Era5281, I've already answered that as well. Gray Sock, what are my opinions on the Rainbow Duo computer and paint palette? I think that is an awesome duo. Who is DM? Who is this? Oh, I can't see because I'm in streamer mode. Solar Clips, you won't be missing too much. I'm probably gonna leave in a few minutes as well. But thank you for being here on the stream. I will say I probably will be doing another stream soon. I want to there is eventually going to be a new intro for Old 16, like for sure. I've been wanting to do an old intro for ages, and I like a new not an old intro, a new intro. That's why there hasn't been one in the last few episodes, because after the King of Hearts intro and that one looked really, really good, I haven't wanted to go back to the old intro because it would have been felt like a downgrade to me. So I probably will do an animation stream for the new intro soon. And that should be my next stream. So get ready for that. There we go. There's Barry. I'm gonna fix Sun's mouth too. I really do not like. That's probably why I didn't color it in, because I thought I do not like it too much. Oh my god, member for a month. What is the best and worst animation I've done so far from BTA 14 Studios? The best and worst? Okay, I really like my scene I did in this episode where Circle runs off with a knife and like it has that wide shot of all the characters like walking around. It's right after the scene that Fusion animated. I think it's probably one of my best animations I've ever done. My worst animation I've done. I don't know. Probably one of like my quick draw entries from back in the day. Gray Sock, I don't want to answer the question about the rivalry between Teapot and Diamond. I think that's something that will be touched upon in a future episode. But I do think paint palette is a key to some of that, maybe. Okay. Underscore BF asks, will the FLA files pass episode 10 release? Yes, they will at some point. Old 15 The Cure, Old 16 The Cure one's coming out in November or December. OSC Day, I don't think I've ever tried a lemon cake. I like carrot cake and cheesecake. Thank you, Gray Sock. I appreciate that a lot. Can I watch my show Object Jumbo? Sure. Is Eminem gay? I don't know. Bye, Paintball fan. Have I heard of TWOW? Yes. I competed in EWOW and I did terribly. So. Can I say W Springlocks? W Springlocks! Springlocks is awesome! Okay. Yeah, I'll watch whatever shows you want. Just send me a comment. Just comment on your show and I'll watch it at some point. Alright. I'm gonna dip. Sorry for the kind of short stream, but it was fun. And I will do a stream probably in the next 2 weeks, another one. animating the intro. So, yeah, I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.